This is Entrepreneurs, the Playbook, and I am so excited because I get to talk about one of my favorite topics today, which is NFTs. And I have Nicolas Julia, co-founder and CEO of Sorare. And if you haven't heard of Sorare, it's so rare. Anyway, he's doing such a tremendous job. His company's growing. I really believe they're going to be the next global sports and entertainment giant. And I've been around sports a long time, Nicolas. Welcome to the Playbook.
Hi, David, and hi, everyone. And yeah, thanks so much for having me. Excited to have this conversation with you today.
And so what do you attribute to the extraordinary growth that Sorare is experiencing? And where do you see yourself as a global sports entertainment leader?
Yeah, I think that, look, when we got started 3 years ago, we saw a new technology, there's NFTs, and we were like, okay, it's going to change the way people own stuff online. And one of the key properties is digital scarcity. And human people have been collecting stuff in the physical world for centuries, and now we are enabling them to collect something digital. So I think, to get back to your question, the first big reason for success is we are creating a new way to collect something digital. So that's the first reason. And then we were like, okay, this could be huge to collect. There's officially licensed NFTs representing sports players, but we want something bigger. We want fans to engage with them, to use them. And we created this fantasy game where you can use your NFT collectible. And so I think, yeah, the main reason is this combination of NFT collectibles. It is something uniquely enabled by this new technology, and finding a usage for them. So yeah, that's I think that's the main reason. Yeah.
And beyond that reason, we need to be able to have adaptability and adaptability, which comes through education. So we have to lower the learning curve. There's so many confusing variables involved right now. What are you guys doing so well? Because a lot of people aren't getting the traction you are, but yet it seems like you're really educating a market about blockchain and NFTs before you actually teach them what your platform does.
Yeah, no, I think it's a very important point for me. Like, I was all about, let's abstract the technology, let's abstract the complexity. Like, you don't need to educate about how the blockchain works and how the NFT works. Like, what you want is for the fans to feel, what is this new value proposition? Like, what are NFTs? Like, they are about digital scarcity. How do you feel that you are collecting something digitally scarce? NFTs are about portability. Use them in different games. How do you make them feel that they can move them away, they can trade them freely? Like, that's what we try to do, is like removing all the barriers, the complexities of NFTs, like the wallets, the private keys, all of that. We don't want the fans to deal with that. We want them to feel like what they are about, basically.
And then beyond that education process, now you have to be accessible. And a lot of people don't understand the user interface. Some people may not be aware. What are you doing to be so accessible and make the Sorare platform so accessible with even people who are less familiar with blockchain and NFTs?
Yeah, so I think concretely that one big thing that we did is partnering with Stripe for users to be able to buy these NFTs in one click, right? Instead of having to set up a wallet and learning about and going to Coinbase, buy cryptocurrency, all this stuff, we removed this friction. And I think that the second big thing was partnering with the leagues and tapping into the audience of, now it's 250 soccer clubs, and we're going to move into US sports soon. So like having this, like there's leagues talking about the product and marketing the product with us was a big part, I guess, of this accessibility, I would say. Then I think the big reason is this fantasy element, and the fact that we are again tapping into a behavior that is existing, this connection with the real world, and again bringing usage to the NFTs and something cool to do with them.
Yeah, and authentication, verification, and fractionalization are, what I think three key components. I've been in the sports collectible, sports legends world for 35 years, the most notable sports agency in the world, biggest global sports marketing company in the world, understanding how important it is for authentication as well, as verification. Both are inherent within blockchain and NFT, but also fractionalization. Can you help people understand what Sorare does to make sure that all of the things are authenticated, verified, but also can be fractionalized?
Yeah, no, definitely. So the high level, you can think about Sora as a fantasy game with an open market of NFT collectibles, right? So you truly own the game, and you play with this NFT collectibles in the fantasy game. The NFTs, they come with different scarcities. So let's take I don't know, like LeBron James would have a unique version of him, like one edition per season with a certain design. Then you have another edition, another series of LeBron with 10 editions per year, then with 100, and so on. So we have all the scarcities, and depending on the type of scarcity that you own, you can enter specific contests. Like, let's say you play only with the unique versions, you can enter a specific game mode, and so on. So we have all this the scarcity, the scarcities for the players, and depending on the one you own, you can enter specific game modes. And all these NFTs are digitally scarce, authenticated. They cannot be copied or tampered with. You truly own them. You can trade them freely for real money. You can play with them across the seasons. We have a very strong scouting element. So you can look for the next star and not only use it during this season, but during 10 years. And you can move them away as well. You can use them, you can sell them in different marketplaces, you can use them in different games, and so on. So they have a lot of cool properties. I would sum it up as digital scarcity, portability in different applications and games, tradability for real money. So yeah, that makes them very appealing.
Yeah, amazing. And one of the things that I'm most excited about, not only personally, but in respect to the marketplace itself, is So Rare's recent launch of the Legends card. Maybe because
Yeah,
I'm a little bit older and I have a more emotional attachment to the Legends.
yeah.
But how has that launch gone with the Legends cards, and what makes it so powerful and unique?
Yeah, so we built this amazing partnership with a bit more than 100 legends of in the world of soccer, where we can exclusively issue their own NFTs. And I think it's, like, this is something that the community wanted so much, like not only to be able to collect and play with current players, but with legends of the past. And we have a strong collectible element in the platform, and yeah, they wanted to be connected to them too, and so yeah, we are very excited. It went yeah, very 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 well, and it was one of the reasons why we got this traction recently, and yeah, we're gonna keep on launching legends in the coming months.
And in case people don't know So Rare, which I said is very so rare,
Yeah,
you have one of the biggest backers in the world, led by SoftBank. An incredible raise. As an entrepreneur, a younger entrepreneur, could you have even fathomed, as you started your A round, that your next round would be at $680 million, Europe's biggest ever Series
yeah,
B, with a valuation, by the way, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, 4.3 billion with a
yeah,
B.
yeah,
And your paying users grew like 34 times, sales increased by 55 times. Could you ever
yeah.
even imagined when you were raising money that
No.
you would raise that much money?
No, to be frank, like, so the company has been profitable from day one, and so we raised this Series A was in February this year. It was led by Benchmark with Axel, with Peter Fenton at Benchmark, and Axel, and so with this 50 million, we have more than enough to unlock the new leagues and build these partnerships, and so we were not looking. To raise money, but we continued in growing the user base and the sales, and we're going to close this year at 300 million in sales for a second year without any paid marketing, with a user base at more than 600,000 users now. And so yeah, at some point we started receiving crazy term sheets during the summer, and I was like, okay, maybe we should have a look, right? And and so yeah, so we had a look, and SoftBank was mainly because of Marcelo Claure, who was leading SoftBank International. He's a crazy sports fan, and he owns 3 soccer clubs, and we wanted to expand, into the US, Latin America as well. And so, yeah, even before investing with SoftBank, he started helping us and so on, and building this connection. And that's the reason why we went with them for this Series B. So SoftBank led the round, as you said, with participation of most of the top VC firms in the US, Benchmark, Bessemer, IVP, lot of brands. I'm sure you all know, and so, yeah, exciting times. Yeah.
Yeah, it was beautiful watching you at Web Summit. I was like, I wonder why Nicolas is so happy. And I could see why you were so excited and happy about having such extraordinary partners and having the capital resources to take advantage of what's going to continue to be, extraordinary market in the sports and entertainment space, being one of the giants now, going from David to Goliath, which is wonderful. Last question, Nicolas, which a lot of people that are more traditional in their, sports backgrounds like myself is, we're really curious on how we're going to marry, because, I'll give an example. Jerry Maguire is a movie that they made about my sports agency, the firm that I ran. And everyone thought it was a sports movie, but it was really a love story with the backdrop of sports.
Yeah.
I see NFTs in the same way, that it is the core business, blockchain and NFTs, with the backdrop of what everyone loves, right? Sports. And so how will we marry this digital world, this metaversal world, this NFT world, this blockchain world? Because we still need the heroes, we still need the game, we still need the content of the game in order to do that. So how do you see these two things marrying and collaborating with one another in the future?
Yeah, I think this is something I'm passionate about, this question. And recently, with all the announcements, we know, people keep on asking me about the metaverse and so on. And I've been saying that from the beginning of the journey. What I love about what we are building, and part of the reason why I think it's going to be the next entertainment giant, is that we create these bridges between the physical and the digital world. And I don't want a world where we spend all the time in front of a screen. I want this bridge to happen. That's the natural fantasy, moving from the pitch to digital. And I want to also to have a bridge the other way around. Like, you own the NFT, and because you own the NFT, you can access something in the physical world. Okay, you own this Mbappe NFT, maybe you can secure time with him, have discount to go to the stadium, spend time in the training ground, this kind of thing. So that's what we are all about, like having the NFT to unlock experiences in the physical world, and generally speaking, creating these bridges between the two worlds.
I love it when people ask me what you do. Now I know what to say. They are a two-way bridge. That's all they are. They're a bridge company.
Exactly.
I love it.
Exactly.
Nicolas Julia, he's an incredible CEO and co-founder of Sorare. If you haven't heard of him, I don't know where you've been outside of the NFT space and the blockchain space for sure. As someone who's been involved in the sports world at the highest level for a very long time, I am excited to work with you. I'm excited to see what you can do. You absolutely are bridging my past with my future, and everyone can make a lot of money, help a lot of people, and have a lot of fun utilizing Sorare. Thank you so much.